Welcome to FIU TV show talking about Somalia and Somaliland conflict. The conflict between Somalia and Somaliland began in 1960, the year both territories gained independence. What started as a hopeful union later turned into division, war, and a decades-long political dispute over sovereignty and international recognition. Here is the story. In 1960, independence and union. In 1960, two former colonies became independent. June 26, 1960, British Somaliland gained independence from United Kingdom. July 1, 1960, Italian Somaliland gained independence from Italy. Days later, the two united to form the Somali Republic. The goal was clear: unite all Somali-speaking people into one strong nation. At first, there was optimism and celebration. But unity did not last without challenge. Growing dissatisfaction. Over time, people in the north, the former British Somaliland, began to feel politically marginalized, economically neglected, and represented in government. In 1969, a military coup led by Siad Barre took power. His government ruled for more than 20 years. By the 1980s, opposition movement had formed in the north. The government responded with heavy force. Fighter jets bombed northern cities, including Hargeisa and Burra, with the destruction and the loss of life deepened anger and mistrust between the north and the central government of Somalia. 1991, Declaration of Independence. In 1991, after the collapse of Siad Barre's government and outbreak of civil war, leaders in north declared restoration of Somaliland's independence. Since then, Somaliland has operated as a self-governing territory with its own president and parliament, its own government, its own security forces, and its own regular, fair, and free election, which is like one man and one vote. However, it has not received a broad international recognition. Somalia continues to consider Somaliland part of sovereign territory. Main causes of conflict: sovereignty and recognition. Somaliland seeks full recognition, full international recognition as an independent state. Somalia insists on maintaining national unity. Historical grievance. Many in Somaliland argue that in 1960 union failed to ensure fairness and equal power sharing. Territory disputes. Regions such as Sol and Senag remain contested, leading to occasional clashes. Key player: the federal government of Somalia, the government of Somaliland, clan and regional leaders, the African Union, neighboring countries such as Ethiopia. In 2024, tension rose after Ethiopia signed a memorandum of understanding with Somaliland for the access to the Red Sea. Somalia strongly opposed the agreement, calling it a violation of its sovereignty. There are also reports that in December 2025, Israel recognized Somaliland as an independent territory. If confirmed, this will significantly affect regional diplomacy and increase tension. Current situation today: Somaliland remains relatively stable compared to other parts of Somalia. Regional administration in the northeast, recognized by Somalia's federal government, operates within territory claimed by Somaliland, which Sol and Senag, increasing internal tensions. Somalia continues rebuilding its federal institution after years of instability. Talks between both sides have occurred, but no final agreement been reached. The dispute remains unresolved internationally. African Union General Assembly debate. At the recent African Union General Assembly, leaders discussed respect of Somalia's territorial integrity, the importance of peaceful dialogue and stability in the Horn of Africa. African Union continues to support Somalia's unity while encouraging negotiation instead of confrontation. Conclusion. What began in 1960 as a voluntary union between two newly independent territories has become one of Africa's longest unresolved political disputes. At its core, the conflict is about history, identity, political representation, and international recognition. More than 3 decades after Somaliland declared independence, one key question remains: will Somaliland gain full international recognition, or will Somalia and Somaliland reach negotiated political settlement? For now, the answer depends on diplomacy, dialogue, and political will. Thanks for listening.